The year is 2021, and this little gem has just come out. Blood Red Sky. Albeit 5 years later, I finally watched this movie. And look, don't give the cover art of this movie too much critiquing, because listen, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of times when I'm scrolling through my streaming service and I see movies and I'm like, nah, that's a hard no. I looked at this one and I think I found it by accident. I'm like, let's just give it a bash, and I'm so glad I did. So it is British German in nature, and wow, what a great movie. Like, you kind of get from the get-go what the story's going to be, and a spoiler alert, that chickie thing in the middle, yeah, she's a vampire, right? But the developing story takes place on an airplane, and this mom is clearly sick as a vampire, and you can see she medicates herself to keep the vampire at bay. So much respect for her. She's got her little son on the plane. And the movie basically starts off with air traffic control full of police, and they are helping a plane land without the help of pilots. So they're talking the man through, do this, do that. Plane lands, police surround this airplane on the runway. This little boy comes out. So off the bat, I was like, shit, this kid is a vampire. Turns out he wasn't. He was the son of this woman who's the vampire. So she became a vampire by being bitten one night when her and her husband were stranded, and her son were stranded on the side of the road in a snowstorm. He got bitten and died, and then she was bitten, if I'm remembering correctly. Anyways, story fast forward, here we go. We're on the plane now, and then the plane gets hijacked by a group of guys that have an agenda looking for financial gain. Like, there's about 8 of them involved in this hijacking. And while this takes place, she can't take her medication, or something like that. I can't remember exactly off the bat. It's sometimes good that I can't remember what the hell I just watched, because then it helps less with the spoilers. But I know there was a dog involved in the cargo hold. Dog bit someone. Yeah, whatever. Chaos ensues, basically, right? And now there's a couple of vampires on the plane because they've also been bitten. But now everyone sees this and eventually realizes, oh shit, there's a vampire on the plane. There's hijackers on the plane. What are we going to do? Who's the enemy? And like, probably halfway to the end of the movie, people realize like she's a good vampire who can sort of control her urges, even though in that state you can see her in right there. She's able to associate, like, that's my son, I can't do it. Or those people are trying to help me, I can't bite them, but I can go after the bad guys, which is pretty cool as well. So you know what you're getting with this movie. It's not going to be like the most incredible storytelling ever. And for I want to say a low budget film, just because it feels like it is a low budget film, but it's a hell of a good watch. You don't finish this movie and be like, oh my gosh, I wasted almost 2 hours of my life. I could have rather watched The Office, which, hey, not hating on The Office, but I'm just saying. So, in closing, was it a good movie? Yeah, pretty much. I'd give it a 7 to maybe even a 7.5 out of 10. I wouldn't watch it again, only because it's that kind of movie, right? But a 7 out of 10, I think, is pretty good. Also, there's some decent actors in this movie, guys. There's some decent actors in this movie as well, which carries the cast well. And I think the casting was done brilliantly. I don't know if it was CGI as much as it was practical effects. Fantastic as well. Didn't feel cheap in that sense. I don't think we've had a good vampire on a plane movie. If my memory doesn't serve me correctly. But yeah, I don't recall that. So, concept, great. Like I say, you're not going to regret watching it. It's not going to also change your life though. But I think it was definitely a good one. Blood Red Sky. The last time I saw it was on Netflix streaming. So go give it a watch. Please let me know if you enjoyed it as much as I did. And also don't forget to recommend movies for me to watch while man is recovering here with shoulder surgery. Ugh. never thought I'd say having all this time on my one hand is actually boring when you don't have a lot of good shows to watch. Blood Red Sky, go watch it.